Smith & Wesson to me is like that redheaded stepchild that is pretty much there, but no one ever talks about him. And it's really sad because this is a fantastic firearm. I had to pick one. I bought one of these in the past. It was a Smith & Wesson, the 3.6 inch compact version. And I ended up selling that, and I don't know why. Because I assumed that the grip was too small for my big hands. And so this was probably 6 months later. I thought, I kind of missed that gun. So I went out and I bought another one. So I am back to one Smith & Wesson. And the one I got is the Smith & Wesson 4¼ inch barrel full size version this time. First, my thoughts on this gun. I absolutely love this gun. With big hands, big-handed people, especially long, stringy-handed people, you guys are really going to like this firearm. Okay, it has more of the palm swells going around instead of going front to back, and it fits bigger hands great. Like, this is the medium back strap, and my hand feels small on this frame, which is awesome because I mean, most guns with a medium backstrap, I mean, I'm pretty much reaching every control possible. And I like that about a gun. I do. I like having it be more ergonomic. And this gun, if there's one word to explain this gun, it is ergonomic. And I absolutely love that. And my next thing I really do like is they upgraded the trigger on this. I guess it's a stock trigger now, but it is upgraded from that hinged trigger they used to have before in their old firearms. But let's go over this thing. This M&P 2.0 4¼ inch gun barrel and the full size frame. I like to start with the butt. Everybody loves the butt, right? I'm going to start with the butt, and we're going to go to the tip at the end. I didn't like the Magwell, the original Magwell it came with. It kind of had that bottom piece that was sticking out, and then the rest was U-shaped. It didn't have a flare at all to the Magwell. So I ended up going with the Floyd's Custom Shop Magwell. The downside to that is, first of all, they're expensive, and you have to use base pads with the magazines. This is a 17, right? 17 round magazine that comes with this. I actually added a +2 base plate with the Floyd's Custom Shop logo. They have a really nice logo on there. I don't know if you can see that with the camera, but I added the +2 base plate as my backup mag. I'm just kind of messing with my backup mag right now. Okay, it is clear, guys. Hey, there's nothing in there. Don't freak out, you safety Nazis. That was probably the one downer of this gun, was the lack of a flared Magwell in this. I mean, this is, come on, guys, it's 2023 right now. One thing that everybody loves about this gun is this grip texture. This is probably the one thing everybody talks about, is the grip texture. It is incredibly aggressive. Incredibly aggressive. Now, there's a double-edged sword there. You can either really like it when you're firing the gun. You can like that aggressive texture. That's great. But when you're concealed carrying this texture, it absolutely sucks. It is like really, really hard sandpaper rubbing up against your stomach all day long. I'll be honest with you, just doing some of those drills right there, I can really feel it rubbing my belly right there. Now, if you're incredibly skinny, you won't have to worry about that. But I have 2 kids under 4 years old right now. I got the dad bod going, but I can feel it's like sandpaper. It's like sandpaper going up my stomach right there. And this actually might turn, this is what this gun might turn out to be, is it might turn out to be my outside the waistband gun. Moving up, it does have some extended controls. Oh yeah, let's start about the mag release first. Nothing really special about the mag release. It's textured. It's textured on the top. I don't know if you can see that. It's textured on the top, so you can get a really good grasp on it. It's really hard to depress accidentally. If you're one of those that, I don't know, I'm not one of those people, but if you accidentally depress the magazine with your support hand, uh, it's not going to happen with this mag release. It takes from some concrete pressure in order to dispose of that. And they kind of raised their area next to the mag release, so there's no way you can accidentally do it. You actually have to turn your hand and actually get in there to do that. I got the one with the manual safety. I was thinking about kind of having it like a 1911 grip where I'm kind of riding on top like that. And there's two trains of thought there. I kind of like it running it like this. I also ran it without touching the safety as well, and it really doesn't make much of a difference. It's really easy to actuate. I mean, really, really easy. I kind of like it. I'm not going to lie to you. It has a little bit of a ledge there that you can ride on. One thing, if you are running the manual safety, you got to get a holster that uses the manual safety, or you got to cut your holster so it doesn't touch that manual safety there. I have a holster here that is cut for that manual safety. You can see on the end, wow, I'm almost using the gun to point. You can see on the end here, they kind of flared that part out to make up for that manual safety. This is a Tier 1 Concealed Access Elite, by the way, that I got for this firearm. All right. The controls here are very are extended out. Extended slide stop, slide release, which is kind of nice if you're trying to hit it there. I would rather have it not extended, to be honest with you, because I do have grips that come up nice and high. If you have a nice high grip on your pistol, like you get way up there, you're going to be riding on top of that extended slide release, and it's going to feel very uncomfortable. So I would almost have it to where I don't have that. I have one that's nice and flush, kind of like a Glock. But they decided not to go that route, so that was kind of a downer. So you kind of have to get like a more of a passive grip on this gun in order to run it effectively. I have noticed that. I tried the high grip and it wasn't working for me, and I was actually pushing this slide stop, slide release. I was pushing it up into there to where it locked back like that as I was firing, and that was not good. So keep in mind, if you do get this gun, you might want to think about getting some more flush slide stop, slide release there. Trigger. This trigger is phenomenal. I will say this is probably one of the best out of the box triggers I have, aside from the Walther PDP. I think the Walther PDP has this one beat. I think this one out of the box is a close second, for sure. I was firing incredibly well with this. That trigger pull, it has a lot of slop in it right there. You can kind of feel it. It's really not that big a deal when you're out in the range firing it. Pulling through the wall is so easy. So easy. And this is the part that people don't really like, is that spring. When you reset, it kind of springs itself back out. I did not find it to be that big of a deal. Not as much as people are making it on the internet. I absolutely love this trigger. Now, it's much different than a Walther PDP and a Glock trigger. It's got to get used to that trigger and that reset. But it's a great trigger. I absolutely love it. It's easily the Walther PDP and this trigger are my top two favorite triggers for sure. Great job, Smith & Wesson, on that one. You did a fantastic job there. The slide, the takedown lever is just like any other Smith & Wesson. Got to lock that thing back. You can bring the takedown lever, go all the way down, release the slide, pull the trigger, and it comes off. Okay. I kind of like that design. I mean, it's pretty nice. I mean, it's not as nice. It's not as easy as a Glock to take down, but it's nice. I mean, I have absolutely no issues with that one whatsoever. They kind of have that fish scales on it on both sides. I really do like the fish scales. What I really like about this gun in particular is they have the fish scales on the front. A lot of the original Smith & Wessons, they didn't have that up front. And I absolutely love that because I do press checks all the time when I'm checking for rounds or whatnot. I know they have an indicator on the top, but I think that is the dumbest thing. We're going to go over that here in a second. Okay. Another thing the frame has, you can have just standard Picatinny. You can have any lights you want there. They did put steel inserts in the front of this gun to kind of weigh it down so it has less flex when the gun is firing. I could definitely notice this better than most polymer guns out there. Yes, it did not flex as well. I was able to control the recoil really, really well on this gun compared to other polymer guns on the market. I am very curious to try the Smith & Wesson metal. I think that's going to be my next gun is the Smith & Wesson metal because I heard there's absolutely zero flex on that one, which I'm super excited about. Another thing on the slide is that stupid round indicator. You're not going to be able to see it very well with this SRO in there, but I'll show you a picture of what it looks like. I absolutely hate that thing. I think that is the stupidest thing they could have put on there. That just gives another spot for crud and carbon and dust and whatever to get in there and clog up the firing pin or the chamber or whatever. It just gives it another entry point there. That's kind of the reason I don't really like having window cuts on my gun is I don't like to give it a reason for crap to get in there. I'd rather just have it full metal all the way up and down the frame here, or the slide. But it does come with suppressor height sights. These are 3-dot U sights. What I really like about them is this Trijicon SRO is a very tall sight. And these sights co-witness on the very bottom of this optic perfectly. And I love that. It's like it was made for this gun. It's like the Trijicon SRO was made for this gun. What I didn't want is I found that these sights were really, really tall. My Holosun EPS, this thing clogged up like half the window on this gun. And so I actually switched that optic off because I did not want to get rid of these sights. These sights are fantastic. They're all metal. They're very, very nice sights. But I had to switch it out for a taller optic, and I ended up going with the Trijicon SRO. I'm glad I did because I love this optic, and I love how this is set up now. I'm just using it comes with polymer shims that it's kind of like their little plate shim that goes underneath there. I just have the plate shim on there, and I have had no issues with this optic at all. One more thing, I wish that most companies did this. Smith & Wesson almost did it. They're getting pretty close, but I wish that texture would go all the way up to where your palm gets on the gun because most of your grip comes from the palms here. And even at the top here, there's still that little gap there where your palm goes, and there's still no texture there. It's like they tried to, and they didn't quite make it up that high. I have put about 300 rounds through this already. I got it a couple weeks ago, and it fires fantastic. I absolutely love it. I love the full-size grip on it. It fires incredibly well, especially with this trigger and this optic setup. I think this is a 2.5 MOA Trijicon SRO there. I absolutely love the SRO. I think it's great. I was a little worried because it kind of hangs over the front of the chamber a little bit. It like goes directly to the front of the chamber. And what I was worried about was brass kicking back and hitting the window. I did not see any of that. The ejection pattern on this was all going in the correct direction. So I really didn't have an issue with that. Time will tell. I'll let you guys know the more rounds I get through this gun that if that becomes an issue. I do have that Jaegerwerks Bros metal top thing with a little shield guard on the side of it. Might throw that on there, but that actually makes this gun incredibly bulky, so I'm not sure. I tried carrying it for a little bit just around the house, and this thing, and in my what was this Tier 1 concealed Axis Elite, and I can find myself carrying this thing. This part sticks out just a little bit. I might have some printing issues there, but if this is going to be like your wintertime gun, this gun's going to be great. Because you're going to have sweatshirts, you're going to have layers. If you're wearing just a t-shirt, you might have some issues with printing with the full size. If you're going to carrying this gun all the time, which you should, I would get the compact size. It's a little bit shorter on the frame there, to where it doesn't print as bad. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I freaking love this gun. It's a fantastic gun. I am glad that I bought it, and I'm probably not going to trade this gun or sell this gun. I'm going to keep this gun around. This is a great home defense firearm, fantastic home defense firearm. I did not have a single malfunction in all 300 rounds. I didn't expect to have any malfunctions, so I'm super excited to shoot this gun more, to carry this gun, and just to have this gun around my house for protection. This might be my basement gun next to my Xbox, if you will. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to train hard, get strong, be a protector. If no one said they love you today, I love you guys. God bless you all.